Here's a weird fact that's going to mess with your head. Some of the cheapest stuff you own is quietly the most expensive stuff you own. That $5 thing you were so proud of saving money on, it's been picking your pocket this entire time, and you've been thanking it. Being broke isn't just having no money. Being broke is expensive. There's a hidden tax on it, and almost nobody talks about it because it hides inside good deals and I'll just make it work. So the second you get a little breathing room, a raise, a new job, a side hustle that finally hit, there are certain things you need to replace immediately before they eat your money alive. So today we're going through 10 things you need to replace the moment you get money. And I'm not talking about buying a Rolex to impress people who don't like you. I'm talking about the sneaky stuff that's silently keeping you poor. Stick around because number one is the one that's been robbing people for literally hundreds of years and almost everyone falls for it. Let's go. Number one, your cheap shoes. Now let's start with the one that sounds too dumb to matter. Your shoes. Because there's an actual famous economic idea about this. And once you hear it, you can't unsee it in your whole life. It's called the boots theory. The idea is that people who are broke have to buy cheap, low-quality stuff that wears out fast and needs replacing over and over, which ends up costing way more in the long run than just buying the good version once. I mean, picture two guys. One buys a solid pair of boots for $50 that last 10 years. The other can only afford $10 boots that fall apart every single year. After a decade, the cheap guy spent $100 double, and he still had wet feet the whole time. That's not just about shoes. Economists call it the poverty premium, which is a fancy way of saying the same exact decision costs more depending on how little money you already have. Cheap but constantly replacing is a trap that looks like saving money while it drains you. So the move isn't buy expensive to look rich. The move is on the few things you use every single day and beat to death. Shoes, a coat, a work bag. Buy the version that lasts once, instead of the sad version 5 times. Do the 10-year math, not the today math, and your shoes are just the warm-up, because there's something you spend even more time using than your feet, and yours is probably garbage. Number 2, your garbage mattress. Think about it. You spend about a third of your entire life on a mattress. A third. And a shocking number of people are sleeping on something they got for free from a roommate who moved out in 2019 that now has the structural support of a wet sponge. Here's why this one's a silent killer. Bad sleep doesn't just make you tired, it makes you dumber, broker, and meaner. When you sleep badly, you make worse decisions. You're too foggy to do your best work. And this is the fun part. You spend more money. Ever notice how everything looks like a great idea at 1 a.m. on no sleep? Your brain running on empty is basically a toddler with your credit card, so a trash mattress isn't saving you money. It's quietly taxing your job performance, your mood, your health, and your self-control every single day, and then handing you the bill in decisions you don't even notice making. You're not toughing it out. You're paying interest on it with your entire life. The fix is simple. The moment you can, upgrade the thing you spend a third of your life on. You don't need the fancy influencer mattress with a name that sounds like a perfume. You just need one that isn't actively working against you. Good sleep is the cheapest performance upgrade on earth, and you've been sleeping on it. Literally. Okay, so we've covered the stuff under your feet and under your back. Now let's talk about the thing that can go from small problem to you're stranded on the highway faster than anything you own. Number 3, your bald tires and skipped car maintenance. This one's not just about money, it's about not dying, which I'd argue is also financially smart. People love to skip car maintenance because it feels optional. The car still runs, right? So you push the oil change, you ignore the weird noise, you drive on tires so bald they're basically racing slicks. And here's the thing about cars. They don't send you a warning email. They just wait for the worst possible moment. Usually a rainy night, usually payday -2. And then they explode your bank account. That $50 oil change you skipped, it turns into a $4,000 engine. Those I'll replace them next month tires, they turn into an accident, a deductible, higher insurance, and a very bad week. This is the boots theory again, except now it's got wheels and it can hurt you. So the second you have a little money, this is where boring wins. Fresh oil, good tires. Fix the small noise while it's still small and cheap and not screaming. A well-maintained car is one of the most underrated wealth moves there is because it stops the random $5,000 surprises that wreck people who were this close to getting ahead. Now, cars break loudly, but some of your stuff has been broken quietly for months, and you've just learned to live with it, which is a bigger problem than you think. Number 4, the broken junk you've normalized. Look around your place right now. I bet there's a charger that only works if you hold it at one exact cursed angle, a phone with a cracked screen you've been meaning to fix, a chair that leans, a drawer that fights you, a remote that needs to be slapped like it owes you money. You've stopped seeing this stuff. That's the problem. Your brain filed all these broken things under normal, and now you're losing little pieces of your day, your mood, and your sanity to friction you don't even notice anymore. It's death by 1,000 tiny annoyances. Here's the mindset shift. Broke brain says, it still kind of works. Leave it. Wealthy brain says, why am I fighting my own house every day? The people who get ahead protect their energy and their focus. And you can't do that when your environment is quietly annoying you from every direction. So when the money comes, do a broken stuff sweep. Fix the screen, toss the cursed charger, replace the thing you slap. It feels small, but you're removing 100 tiny leaks of your attention. And your attention is the thing that actually makes you money. Stop donating it to a broken drawer. Real quick, if this is already making you look around your room like it personally betrayed you, hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about the stuff nobody teaches you about money, minus the boring lecture energy, and it genuinely helps to have it show up in your feed. All right, we've handled the physical stuff. Now let's get into the invisible stuff, because this is where the real money's been hiding. Number 5, your fee-hungry bank account. Okay, time for a villain reveal. Your bank might be one of the people robbing you, and it does it with a straight face and a friendly logo. Let's talk overdraft fees. You buy a coffee, your balance is a little low, and boom, the bank hits you with a fee that's often bigger than the coffee. The average person who gets hit with these fees pays around $225 a year, and the classic overdraft fee has been about $35 a pop. That's not a service. That's a mugging with paperwork. And here's the part that'll make you mad. You don't have to pay any of it. Banks like Capital One, Citibank, and Ally have completely eliminated overdraft fees. Gone. Zero. Meanwhile, some big banks are still cheerfully charging you like it's 2005. Betting that you're too busy to switch. So the move is dead simple, and it takes one afternoon. Dump the bank that treats you like an ATM for them, and switch to a no-fee account. Same money, minus the leak. It's one of the only times in life you get to fire someone who's been stealing from you, and it costs you nothing. Do it, and never look back. And speaking of money quietly leaving your account for things you're not paying attention to, let's talk about the ghosts living in your bank statement. Number 6. Your zombie subscriptions. Right now, you are almost certainly paying for something you completely forgot exists. A free trial you never canceled, an app you used once, a streaming service for one show you finished 2 years ago. These are zombie subscriptions, and they're feasting on you monthly while you sleep. The numbers are genuinely wild. The average adult spends about $1,080 a year on subscriptions, around $90 a month. And out of that, roughly $204 a year goes to subscriptions people don't even use. $200 a year, gone for stuff you forgot you had. That's a whole nice dinner, or the start of an emergency fund, quietly vaporizing every month. And it gets sneakier. These prices creep up while you're not looking. Netflix's top plan went from about $12 a month back in 2013 to around $25 in 2025. They raise it $1 or $2 at a time, betting you won't notice. And you don't. That's the whole strategy. So here's your homework, and do it today. Open your bank app and read every recurring charge out loud. Every one you don't recognize or don't use, cancel on the spot. It's the fastest raise you'll ever give yourself, and it takes 10 minutes. You'll find at least one ghost. Everybody does. Now, subscriptions leak your money slowly, but there's one thing that doesn't leak. It floods. And it's the most expensive mistake on this entire list. Number 7, your high-interest credit card balance. If there's one thing on this list to replace the instant money comes in, it's this. Carrying a balance on a high-interest credit card is like trying to fill a bathtub with the drain wide open. You can pour money in forever and never get anywhere. Here's what nobody explains clearly. When you don't pay off your card, the leftover amount gets charged interest that's often around 20 to 30% a year. That means the debt grows while you sleep, faster than almost any investment could grow your money. You're not just in a hole. The hole is actively digging itself deeper on your behalf for free. This is the reverse of getting rich. Rich people earn interest. Their money makes money while they do nothing. Broke stays broke is paying interest. Your money loses money while you do nothing. Same machine, opposite direction. And every dollar you throw at fancy stuff before you kill this debt is a dollar being eaten by that machine. So when the money hits, this gets fed first, before the upgrades, before the treat yourself moment. Attack the highest interest debt like it insulted your family. Once that drain is plugged, everything else you do with money finally starts to actually work. This isn't the fun answer. It's the one that changes your whole life. We're 7 in, and notice the pattern. The cheapest looking things are the most expensive. That's the whole secret of this video, and it applies to the next one in a way that literally affects how long you live. Number 8, your everyday takeout and energy drink diet. Look, I'm not about to tell you to eat sad plain chicken and never enjoy food again. Relax. But there's a version of convenience that's quietly wrecking 2 things at once: your wallet today and your body later. Here's the math nobody wants to do. That daily takeout habit and the 3 energy drinks you're running on, it's not just the $20 a day, though that's easily $5,000–$6,000 a year that vanishes into bags and cans. It's what it does to you over time. Because a body that runs on garbage eventually sends you a medical bill, and that bill makes the food look free by comparison. This is the Boots theory sneaking in one more time, wearing an apron. The cheap, easy option today quietly bills you later, in energy, in focus, in doctor visits, in feeling like trash by 3 p.m. every single day, and wondering why you can't get ahead. You're not lazy. You're underfueled and overcharged. So when you get money, the upgrade isn't a personal chef. It's learning to make 5 basic meals you actually like, and treating takeout as a treat instead of a lifestyle. Your wallet gets fatter, your body gets sharper, and future, you stops paying interest on the fun you're having right now. Fuel the machine that makes all your money. It's the best investment you own, and you've been running it on fumes. All right, quick gut check before the last 2. If even one of these has you nodding like, yep, that's me, do me a solid and subscribe so the next video finds you automatically. These last 2 are the biggest ones because they're not things you buy. They're things you live inside. Number 9. Your cluttered, chaotic space. Here's something that sounds fake but isn't. The state of your room is quietly running your bank account. A messy, chaotic space doesn't just look bad, it makes you behave broke. Think about it. When you can't find anything, you rebuy stuff you already own. You've got 3 phone chargers and 4 of the same black t-shirt because past you couldn't find the first one. When your space is chaos, your brain is chaos, and a chaotic brain makes impulsive, expensive, treat myself because everything's a mess anyway decisions. Your environment is basically whispering suggestions to you all day, and right now yours is whispering spend. There's a reason wealthy people obsess over clean, calm spaces, and it's not just for the photos. A calm environment makes calm decisions. When your space is in order, you can actually see what you have, you stop the panic buying, and your brain has the quiet it needs to think one step ahead instead of just reacting. And the beautiful thing? This upgrade is basically free. You don't buy your way out of clutter, you clear it out. Give away what you don't use, put things where they live, and turn your space from a slot machine into a place that actually backs you up. Fix the room, and the room stops making you poor. It's the cheapest money hack that doesn't feel like one. But there's one final thing to replace, and it's the most powerful, the most uncomfortable, and the one that quietly decides everything. Number 10, the broke mindset people around you. This is the one nobody wants to say out loud, so I'll say it. The people you spend the most time with are quietly setting the ceiling on your entire life. Your income, your habits, your beliefs about what's even possible for you. You've heard you're the average of the people around you. And it sounds like a bumper sticker until you actually watch it happen. If everyone around you thinks saving is pointless, that rich people are all crooks, that trying to level up is acting brand new, then every time you try to grow, you're swimming against your whole circle. They won't even do it on purpose. They'll just laugh at your plans, guilt you for skipping the expensive night out, and quietly pull you back to where they are. Crabs in a bucket, and you don't even feel the claws. Now let me be clear, because this matters. This is not about dumping your real friends and family the second you get a little money. That's how you end up rich and alone and insufferable. It's about being honest about whose energy you absorb the most and choosing to add new voices, people who are where you want to be, even if that's just podcasts, books, or one new friend who thinks bigger than your zip code. Because here's the truth underneath all 10 of these: cheap shoes, bad mattress, junk fees, chaos, the wrong crowd. They're all the same disease. They're all little forces quietly holding you at the bottom, disguised as normal life. And getting money isn't really about the money. It's about finally getting the power to replace the things that were keeping you stuck. The money's just the key. What you unlock is up to you. Now, after all of that, here's my challenge, and it's easy. Pick the one from this list that made you go, oof, that's me. Just one, and handle it this week. Cancel the ghost subscription, fix the broken thing, switch the bank, whatever it is. One leak plug this week beats 100 plans you never start. That's how this actually works. One boring win at a time. And look, replacing the stuff that keeps you broke is only half the game. The other half is knowing what to do with the money once it stops leaking out of your life. So the very next video breaks down the smart money moves to make the second you finally have some breathing room, the exact order to do things in so your money starts working harder than you do. Because plugging the leaks is step one. Making the money grow is where it gets fun. It's up on the screen right now. Go watch it next while you're fired up. And if this video saved you even $1 or one bad decision, hit subscribe so the next one finds you without you having to go looking. Future you, the one who finally stopped paying the broke tax, is going to be very glad you did. Now go plug that first leak. I'll see you in the next one.